Okay, how about now? Let me know if you can hear me now. I'm just going to wait until someone lets me know if they can hear me. So I'll just sit and talk for a few minutes. Okay, Nancy, you can't hear me either? I don't know why this is not working. Um, okay, you can now. Okay, great, 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 great. I was just letting everyone know. I'm sorry, I didn't realize I had not turned the sound on. I'm glad we got sound now, so I can actually sit here and talk to y'all for just a few minutes. And I did come on a little bit early so that I could explain. Jennifer's not here today. Her best friend's daddy passed away yesterday afternoon, and she had been going over to her friend's house every day for probably the last 3 weeks, taking care of Mr. Willie. And Mr. Willie had lots and lots of health issues. They knew that he was on his last days. Hospice had been called in for quite some time, but as he deteriorated, he got very, very dependent on Jennifer. And he's known Jennifer for quite a while, because her and April had been friends for probably 20 years. And it was just really hard on Jennifer. She spent the night last night with her friend April. April did not want to be alone. Her mother's still living, but she has Alzheimer's, so she's not even there. I don't even think she understood what was going on. So please keep this family in your prayers. They definitely need to be held up. And so since I don't have a moderator, I'm not going to be able to say hey to everyone as they come in, but welcome in everyone that can join me today. I'm not going to be looking at the chat because I want to be able to show you what I have in store for you today. And I started not to even come on because I had been suffering a little bit myself this week. I don't know if I have an extended COVID. I did take a test. I am showing negative, but I have not felt well. In fact, I slept all day yesterday, which is totally unlike me. But nevertheless, we are going to, let me transition y'all over to my craft table. And I want to go through a few things before we get started. One thing is, we are going to do a giveaway today, and I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. I think wait till the end of the video, and then I'll get names of everyone that wants to be in the drawing. And I'm going to actually allow y'all to choose whether you want a simply chamois chamois mat. And y'all see me use these. They're great for cleaning your stamps. You just wet them in water, and if they dry out, that's fine. They re-wet them. It's just like a chamois you would use on your car. Or a roll of tear and tape. So the person that wins the grand prize will get to choose which one of these items they want. Or a Lucky You stamp set that has beautiful sentiments. And the way this one works, when you ink it up, it inks up the outside, and the inside will stay white, or whatever color you stamp it, paper you stamp it on. And this particular one, I've already put the stickers on for you. It is a brand new stamp set, and you got these little things here in the middle, some little dots and splatters and hearts that you can use. And it's just a great little stamp set to use, I think. That, or this memo pad that I made. These are really cute. They are, you can take this out. This is removable, and put in a new one when this one, you use it up. So those are the 4 things that you'll be able to choose from. So if you are the winner, and we'll hold that to the end of the show. I'm going to lay that down here out of my way, hopefully out of my way. And I want to show you what we're going to do today. So many times we neglect to go back to our annual catalog when we have these new catalogs that come out. The online exclusives have come out. I want to remind you about the online exclusives. There's more items than what I showed because they added a lot more on March the 1st. On my blog post, I will have a link with this particular video. I may even, no, I'm gonna do a separate one. I'm gonna do a separate blog post with the online exclusive links where you can go directly to the online exclusives and see everything that's out there in case there's something that you might want that you haven't seen yet. So I'll do that, and then I'll also have another blog post for today's live. But what we're going to be focusing on is embossing folders. Did you know that an embossing folder will add so much to a card? And what we're going to do today, we're going to make the embossing folder our primary focus on our card. So hopefully oh, I'm so sorry, Kathy. Kathy Watt is telling me that she's having numbness on her lips. That is not a good thing. I hope that you can find out what's causing it. I know sometimes if I eat something too spicy, I'll get a feeling of numbness like that. Also, while I'm here, let me silence my phone. I don't want to be bothered while we're doing this. So that's on silent. I don't have Jennifer in my ear to let me know things today. So like I said, please hold your questions or anything that you need to talk to me about till the end of the video, and then I'll take questions. I hope that'll be helpful for all of you as well. Stampin' Up! Has so many beautiful embossing folders, and they just introduced these these 3 new ones, and this is on the online exclusive, and they sell these. They're packaged together. You can't just buy one. They come together in a pack of 3. They are $30, which they are 3D embossing folders. They're beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So we might play with those today, but I'm not sure. The one that I'm looking at that I really want to showcase is the painted posies. I don't know if you've noticed that one. This was new in our annual catalog. I'm hoping they're going to bring it back in the new annual catalog that will be coming out in May, I believe. Yeah, this one goes through the end of April, so it will come out in May. I've already put a thing out there asking people if you want to be on my mailing list to receive this new catalog, do let me know. Many of you already have. If you've purchased from me in the last 6 months, you will automatically get a catalog. But if you are new to my channel, or if you're new to Stampin' Up! And you don't have a demonstrator, please shoot me an email and let me know, along with your mailing address. Let me see if I can straighten my camera up again. Oh, I got to do something about this. What happens every time I reach up to touch my camera, and I do zoom in using my camera, it gets a little wonky on me. Here is a prototype of one of the cards that I made. I'm going to bring that up and show you. Is that not gorgeous? The embossing just really is the showcase or the showstopper on this card. And I found that doing tone on tone, white on white, and we're going to do some other ones today that's going to be tone on tone. We're also going to do some that are not tone on tone. Oh, welcome in, Marlene. We're glad you're here. Like I said, I can't catch everybody today because I don't have a moderator, but just bear with me. I went ahead and embossed a couple of white ones, and I did them in 2 ways. I did one in landscape as well as portrait. And I just want to show you how pretty these can be and how we can change them up with just elements that we put on them. And I'm going to show you that. Let me zoom y'all in just a little bit. Oops, not that way. Let's go this way. So that you can see that beautiful embossing. Is that not gorgeous? Yeah, the white on white is just simply adorable. But what if we dropped a copper butterfly on that and put a sentiment on it? Or what if we put the butterfly on this one and put some greenery on this one? Just something that simple can dress up these cards up and make them absolutely stunning. I wanted to do this just to show you the effect that, and I pre-cut some things out just so I'd have them ready to drop on here. What if we did a little bit of this Queen Anne's lace Isn't that beautiful? So just by changing up some of our elements on here, we can change the look of the card too. I didn't cut a stem for this, but what if we put a purple flower on that one? So there's just so many different ways that we can dress these up. And we're going to play with that, but I've got some other colors that I wanted to bring in as well. So I'm going to put all my die cut pieces over there just for a minute. And we're going to actually do some. Here is the Evening Evergreen with Evening Evergreen. And look how pretty that would be with, oh, come on, I got my butterfly hung up with my greenery. There we go. With a copper butterfly. Just absolutely stunning. And just so many different ways that we could do this. And we can do sentiments with just a strip. We could do a sentiment with our double oval punch. We could do a sentiment using any of our label dies. So there's just so many ways that we can do this. And I've got several different colors, and we're going to play with it. Now, I did do some that I did not emboss yet. Like, look at this gold foil on this Cajun Craze. That is beautiful. And I've got some scraps here of different colors. I'm going to run this through the embossing folder, and I think I'm going to make it a portrait card. And I've got some other colors over here as well. I got a lot of scraps of different colors, some copper foil, some gold foil. I've got some garden green, the Cajun Craze, of course. And then I also picked out one of our new in colors from last year called the Orchid Oasis. That's definitely been one of my favorites. I love this Orchid Oasis. So we're going to do some playing. So I'm going to pull all of this over to the side so that I can bring out my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Now, because I'm working with a larger piece and a larger embossing folder, this is that folder. And like I said, I will have all of the item numbers in case you want to go and place an order for this if you don't already have it. What I love about the Stampin' Up folders, if you notice here, there's a line. See that dark line? That helps you line up your cardstock. So when you put this in, you can line this up on that line, and that way you know you're getting a nice even. And if we want more of a space at the top, just pull it up to the top, just like that. Now normally I don't tape my embossing folders. I just line them up like this, and then you know you always want to run the closed in first. So I'm going to grab the big one, and I'm going to zoom y'all out because I know it'd be hard to see with my big machine. So let's go out a little bit like that, and I'm going to open this up. And this is a 3D embossing folder, so our plates let us know what we need. For a 3D embossing folder, it says using 3D embossing folders, you're going to use your base plate number 1, your embossing folder, and your number 4 plate. So this is our number 4 plate. So you only need those 2 plates when you're using a 3D embossing folder. And the beauty of this is all the plates come with the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, so you don't have to purchase extra plates. Everything you need comes in the box. Now my voice is a little bit cracky because I do have that leftover cough, so I'm going to grab a sip. I started running a fever again Monday evening, and I was feeling really under the weather. Monday, Tuesday I was still down a little bit, but I felt a little bit better. By Wednesday I was like, okay, I think I'm going to live. So we are going to, oh, you know I put that in backwards. That's okay. We'll use the deboss side. You have an emboss. I really wanted the emboss side to be up, and I made a boo-boo when I put it in. But that's okay. This is still beautiful. So we're going to use that. Let me put my base plate back in here. And let's bring this over. And look how pretty that's going to be on there. And I am going to cut one of these butterflies out of this paper, and I'll show you. We'll do that in just a minute. I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals, and I laid my dimensionals over here so I could find them, so I would not be hunting for them. Jennifer just sent me a text message. Oh, okay. Jennifer's letting me know that they're set up a GoFundMe page for April's father, and if anybody would like to give to help out with his funeral expenses. I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe he did not have insurance. I'm not sure of the details, but as I find it out, I will let y'all know. So I will definitely put that out there if in case anyone feels led to help out in any way. Willie was almost like a surrogate father for Jennifer when her dad passed away. And of course she has Dennis now. She always says it's like her second daddy. What did I do with my take your pick tool? Y'all know I can't function without that. And I'm not seeing it up here in my, oh, there it is. It was hiding out behind the bone folder. So anyway, I will share that on the page on this video as well in case anyone is interested. She sent me a link for the GoFundMe page. So, you know, these days and times, you can't depend on the little bit that Social Security gives you to be able to fund a funeral. And I know that April's been struggling. She does real estate, and you know, it's either feast or famine. And right now it's been famine for her. And too, she had not been able to work her business like she wanted to because she was the sole caregiver for her mom and dad. And now with her mom, she can't leave her alone because with her Alzheimer's, she cannot be left alone. Okay, here we go. Isn't that pretty? I like that sitting up a little bit. I think it just gives it a little bit more elegance. So now I'm going to grab my butterflies. And y'all remember the brilliant butterflies and the brilliant wings. I'm using the ones that are more detailed. And I think I want to do this one. I don't want one way too big, but I want one that's somewhat, that will make a show. All right, so I think what I'm going to do this time is we're going to use our little Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Let me zoom y'all back in. Oops. I usually have Jennifer here to remind me of all this, so y'all bear with me, okay? So as y'all saw in my video, I am absolutely thrilled to have this machine back, and it works like a charm now. So I'm going to lay that in there like this and put my cover plate over, and we are going to crank that through, and look at that. It cuts like a dream. Now if you have trouble with your slipping and sliding, you know the drawer liners that you can get, and I have a piece right here, and I should have put it under my machine just then, but I didn't. This is the stuff you put in your drawers to keep your silverware drawer from slipping and sliding. I keep a piece of this in here because you can sit this on it, and it really does hold it down where it doesn't move around on you so much. So, and just another little quick tidbit there. Thank y'all so much for your prayers. I'm sure that the family will appreciate that, as well as myself and Jennifer. So we do appreciate the prayers. All right, another little trick. When you cut these die cuts out and you've got, and they're intricate like this, Stampin' Up! Has a little set. It comes with 2 sponges and your brush, your little brush piece that goes into your take your pick tool. Now I dedicate, because I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I get a discount, I have a separate take your pick tool. This is the one I keep out for my regular use. This one stays in the box, and I want to show you what happens. You take that brush and roll it across those pieces like this, and everything just lifts out. What doesn't lift out, you can use the pick part of it and just pop those out while it's laying right here on your foam. And there's something about that foam, and I keep mine in a paper pumpkin box. The reason I do that is it keeps everything nice and neat. When I'm pushing out my pieces, I can brush them off of my foam into the box. I don't have to worry about vacuuming up anything right now. I'm good to go. My butterfly is completely clean. Well, almost. I see one little place right there. And I'll just flip that out. And look how nice that cut is. So that butterfly is ready to go. And I just take this and I leave it in my box for next time. And I have it labeled die cut brush and pads. So that way I know what's in that box. Every time that I need to do that, that box is sitting right here. And I think for this one, I'm going to put my butterfly up maybe like that. And we are going to put him on with glue dots. Glue dots work so well. They're so good and sticky. And if you've used our glue dots, you already know. I usually take the piece and stick it up here because I've got a couple that have stuck to the top of that. But I'm going to just grab one off with my fingernail and roll it, and I'm going to put it right here on the back of that butterfly, and I think we're going to need two, so I'm going to grab one more, and I'm just rolling it off on my finger like that. You see it? Focus for me. There we go. And then I'm going to lay it right down here on the bottom part of that butterfly's body, and see, when I do that, I've got adhesive on both ends of the butterfly body. And I'm going to put that butterfly right about here, and this will allow me to bring his wings up. Now, when you mail him, in an envelope, of course, we're going to have to push those wings down in order to do that. But now all we need is a sentiment. So I am going to take a piece of this beautiful Cajun Craze, and I think what I want to do is I want to heat emboss Bella. Y'all hear Bella? She's down here snoring. She is such a mess. I found a picture of her this morning that was when she was a baby. And let me see if I can share that with y'all. I think you'll love it. Oh, it didn't come up on my gallery. Okay, maybe I can pull it out from here. I sent it to Alicia in a message. Here we go. This was Bella when she was a puppy. That's what she looked like when we got her. She was a beautiful little brown, and I never would have known that she would have turned into that beautiful champagne color when we first got her. She was, and she's such a unique dog. I think I'm going to do this one. Let's do this one just a note. And I think I want to use that. I think I want to punch this one out using, I'm trying to find out what punch I want to use. I think I'm going to do my double oval. And the reason I think I'm going to do that, I'm going to do tone on this as well. I don't know how it's going to look, but we're going to find out together. We're going to gold emboss just a note. So I'm going to get my embossing powder out, my Versamark ink, and I'm going to do it in gold because I think it's going to be beautiful in gold. So the first thing I want to do is grab my little embossing buddy. And this comes in our essential embossing kit, and that is still available, and I will link that number along with everything else in the description and on my PDF file. So if you go there and you see I really did do a good number on that. You see the embossing powder, and it looks like an overkill, but believe me, it's not. The last thing you want to do is not is to have something to show up on there that you didn't want. So I'm going to ink that up with my Versamark, and I'm going to center that right over top of that and stamp. Oh, that, you see what happened? I got a little bit of embossing powder, I mean not embossing powder, the Versamark ink right up here. So I'm going to pick up some of that powder and see if I can put over it so that it doesn't pick up the embossing powder. We'll see. It may still pick it up. If it does, we might have to redo it, but hey, we can do a do-over, right? I'm gonna grab my little tweezers. These come in the kit as well, and I'm gonna grab it right up there. I'm just gonna hold that like that. Let's close up our ink. Set this out of the way. And then my gold embossing powder. Someone once asked me, do you get all of that embossing powder in one jar? And this is several jars. I just, I know that embossing powder is something that I will always be using, and I wanted enough in one of these containers so that I'd have, you know, enough to play with. I like keeping mine in the containers like this because it makes it easier. So there we go. We're going to grab our heat tool, and I am going to have to turn this on, and it's going to make some noise, so just bear with me. I'm going to let it get warm for just a little bit. This is our embossing tool, and it is on. It has 2 speeds, 1 and 2, and you always want to do embossing on 2 because that's the hottest. And once it gets good and warm, then I am going to start to heat set it. Oh, and it did pick that up. Look up there. Okay, that didn't take long because it was a small piece. All right, let's see if we can see if that's going to be too very noticeable. Yeah, I'm going to go with it. You know why? Because we're live, and you know, things like this happen. Maybe I'll I want to do it over. I'm going to do a do-over. So let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to punch out another. Actually, just want the small one. So I'm going to come in right here. I can't get the small one unless I get a thin piece of paper to put in there. So I'm just going to go ahead and do both. I really want this one. The larger one I want in gold. I want a contrasting. So let's do that one in gold. Y'all saw me switch gears in midstream, right? You know, y'all know me by now that I'm good for doing that. I am not one of those people that really knows exactly what I'm doing. So, oh, Jeanette from Stuart, Virginia. Oh my goodness. I was from, I lived up in, oh goodness. It's a stop in the road going up the mountain from Christiansburg. Oh goodness. Name some places up through that way. I think it was Route 8 coming out of Christiansburg up toward Floyd Mountain. I lived in, I was up there for a couple of years, and I can't remember the name of it now. Isn't that horrible? Oh my goodness. Reiner, Virginia. Yes. Ah, you're right, Margie. Wasn't an accident because I really wanted to put that on gold. Isn't that pretty? And we're going to emboss it again in gold. I'm going to clean this stamp, and I'm going to be much more gentle. Reiner, Virginia. So we were very close to each other when I lived up there. That was eons ago, though. That was probably 39 years ago. Oh my word, I'm telling my age now, aren't I? That's okay. I got a birthday coming up, so I don't mind telling y'all how old I am. I'm older than dirt. No, I'll be 68 next Saturday. Wow, I can't believe the birthdays. The older you get, the birthdays start flowing faster and faster. So anyway, I hadn't seen anybody from Stuart in quite some time. I have a sister-in-law an ex-sister-in-law that still lives up there. My late husband's sister. She still lives up there, and I think she's remarried. I lost touch with her, and I don't even know what her last name is now. Isn't that horrible? You know, things like that happen. All right, I'm going in very gentle this time. You see how gentle I'm tapping that? I want to make sure it's inked up, but I don't want to get any ink on the outside edges of that. So I'm trying very hard. That mountain around Stuart, that is a humdinger of a mountain. I have driven and ridden through there many times, and I am telling you, it's beautiful up there though. Absolutely beautiful. So welcome to my channel. All right, I'm gonna try to hold this as steady. I'm a little shaky this morning for some reason, but I'm gonna stamp that down, hoping I'm not getting that shadow around it this time. Y'all know what I forgot to do? I forgot to powder it. I always do that, especially on retakes. I forget to powder. That's all right. We're gonna go with it. That one is beautiful. Let's see if we can put it in that gold again and hope we don't pick up any loose stray pieces of embossing powder. So there we go. Oh, we got a little bit. I'm gonna blow on it just a tad. And let's see. That looks fairly good. It looks like I need a little bit more on that A. I'm going to tap it. That looks pretty good, y'all. I'm going to just go around across the top right. Oop, I knocked it off there. I was seeing a little bit of extra right there that I didn't want. I think this is good. So we're going to go with this. I like making cards that's just a note or, you know, just thinking of you or whatever, because then you can put on the inside whatever you like. So, you know what? Our heat tool should still be warm, so we should be able to do this with no problem whatsoever. So, here we go. I want to bend it. Sorry, it should straighten out in just a minute. So, let's heat emboss this and see how gorgeous it is. Pretty. I love it. You might be wondering why did I turn it over? Because when it starts to curl, if you'll turn your piece over, you can actually flatten it out a little bit. There's a little speck of gold right there, but I am not going to worry about it. I actually was able to flick it off with my finger. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this over. I'm going to blow on it. I want to make sure that embossing powder is not hot, because if you lay it down on a surface and it's hot, it might transfer off, but that one's fine. So we're going to grab Stampin' Dimensions. Love these things. I could not craft without my little dimensionals. I use them a lot. So we're going to pull out those backers, and let's put this right here. Trying to sit it down so it's nice and even. That looks pretty good. So I'm going to tap it, and we're going to put this right here. Isn't that pretty? And I think I'm going to put dimensions on the back of that as well, because I want it to be raised just a hair. And I'm going to put that right up there in that top corner. Isn't that lovely? And now all I need to do is put a piece of white cardstock in here and stamp a sentiment or write a note, and that card is ready. So like I said, this was the one with white on white with a little bit here. We're going to do one in white. This one right here I'm not going to be giving away today. I have already stamped inside of it, and I'm sending this off as a sympathy card to my girl that lost her daddy. So she thinks of me like her mother, and she knows I love her dearly as well. So I'm sending that off to her. All right, we're going to put this one up here for now, and let's go ahead and get to our next card. The next one, let's see if I can clear a little bit of debris off of my desk. I can't craft when I got total chaos amongst me, and right now I got total chaos. So let's come back now with one of our white ones, because I really want to do, let's do this one, the landscape one. Isn't that gorgeous? This one we are definitely going to be giving away today. And for this one, I think I want to just put some Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of this. Like so. Maybe one right here. And I'm going to get my Take Your Pick. When I have a lot of these to pull off, I just find it so much faster to do it with my Take Your Pick tool. Okay, make sure my card's going the right direction, and it is. And I'm going to set this down, evening it up, just like that. And let's grab, you know, I really want to do the copper on the white. Isn't that beautiful? I've got two butterflies, and I'm going to use both of these on here. I want, this one I've already put adhesive on the back of it, right there. So I'm going to stick this one right here, and this one right down here. Again, I'm going to use those glue dots because they work so well. My cards do not want to stand up, so we're going to go over here, and I'm going to, you can use your Take Your Pick tool to roll these up as well and to stick them where they need to go. So we're going to grab one more. Something like that. And stick that down right there. And let's put this one like this. And now for this one, I think I just want to do something simple, like if I had thought about it, I would have stamped before I, you know, I think I can do it right there. Let's get a stamp set. I love this Go-To Greetings because you've got greetings of all different sizes, and you could definitely, this one you could make it a thank you card, a thinking of you card, you could do a birthday card, a note card, anything would work with this particular one. That's a little bit too big, so let's go to thinking of you. And you know, thinking of you is another one of those stamps that, or sentiments that could go for most anything. And I think, you know, I'm really thinking I want to put that on a strip. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to cut a strip of white. Y'all know how indecisive I am all the time. Not just some of the time, but all the time. I am going to cut a piece off of this about this big. And I think I want to heat emboss this in copper. I think it would be so cute in copper. So let me grab my copper. Of course, copper would be hiding from me. So let's grab that Versamark ink out again. And an ink, well, let's see. This one, we'll just lay him down right there. We can get it this way. So I'm going to ink it up. Again, I'm going very softly. looks good. And I'm going to stamp it down right here. Bring it up so y'all can see what I'm doing. Looks like a good image. We'll see. I'm not sure. Let's put some embossing powder on it and see. Or better yet, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to turn it over. We are going to turn that one over. And I'm going to do it again because I did not use my embossing buddy. I am so bad about forgetting to use this thing. And it really does make a difference. And using dark embossing powder on white, and I didn't feel like I got a really good coating of ink. So this time I'm going to take the ink to the stamp. Let's see how I did that time. Down here to the bottom, thinking of you. I'm going to hold it just for a sec. Now that one does look better. I know you can't see it, but when I look at it from the side, I can see the impression of the thinking of you. I don't think even turning it in the camera, I don't think you can. But guess what? You will be able to once I do this. Once I throw some of this copper embossing powder on it, it's going to come to life. And look at that. I love it. I love heat embossing. It's probably one of my favorite techniques. I never get tired of it. It's like you're doing your own little magic by being able to stamp it and then make it come to life. Look at that. It's so pretty. All right, here we go with our heat tool again. This thing's getting a workout today. We are going to do some regular inking, I promise. So here goes the magic. I'm going to take the back of it, just straighten the paper out a little bit. And set this back over here. And thinking of you, that looks so pretty. I'm going to grab my paper trimmer. Y'all know how much I love this paper trimmer. And we're going to trim this out. So I'm going to line this up about like that. And then we'll bring it down to about there. And that's perfect for what I was thinking of. Maybe a hair more off of the bottom. And I'm going to show you another little trick. If you've got a tiny piece like this and you can't seem to hang on to it, take a sticky note or one of these little embossing flags, anything like that. These aren't sticky now. This one might be. Anything that you can hold, make a handle to hold it with. Then you can line it up where you want it, and you can pretty much tape it down. And let's see. Now that's going to cut off my end of my G, so we can move it back just a hair. And that looks about perfect. And that way you can cut off your piece. You know what, that's so crooked it's unreal. All right, this is when I bring out my scissors. I want this to be nice and straight. And I don't want it to be any bigger than what I need. So just like that, thinking of you. Now we're going to cut another piece of the copper. And this piece measures almost a ½ inch. No, it is a ½ inch. So we're going to do 3/4 of an inch on this. Let me trim that down first because it looks like it's a little frayed right there on the edge. So I'm going to trim that off just to get that frayed off of it. And I'm going to come to 3/4 of an inch. And I'm going to cut that up. And then I know that this is 2 inches, so I'm going to go 2 1/4. And then I am going to adhere this to this, just like that. And for this, I'm going to use some Stampin' Seal because I do not want adhesive glue on my piece, but I want this to sit flat on there. So I'm going to sit it down. Oh. About like that, and then I'm going to pop it up. This is what I was saying, you know, simple does not have to be boring, because you can take the simplest of cards and make it so very elegant just by adding a little something like this. Isn't that a beautiful, stunning card? So there's that one. So now we have 2 of our cards done. I think we'll do, let's do this beautiful, no, I really want to do the green. No, I don't. I don't know which one I want to do. Let's do a portrait white one because I want to use this big butterfly. And for this one, I do want to stamp right across the top. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a happy birthday. So I'm going to see if this happy birthday will work. If it will, we'll use the heavy one. I think it will. I think that will work right there. We're going to try it. You know, if it doesn't, we'll come back and we'll re-emboss. But I think that may work. So we're going to use our Memento Tuxedo Black ink. Or do I want to use the Tahitian Tide? I think the question's going to be, do we want the butterfly? Are y'all loving this big blue butterfly? I think I'm going with Tahitian Tide. And there I go, changing my mind right in midstream. Y'all should be used to it by now, right? All right, Tahitian Tide it is. Here we go. Love that ink. I love, love, love the Tahitian Tide. Let's move our butterfly out of the way. And let's ink it up and hope it works. If it don't, we'll have plan A. We'll come back with something else. So right across the middle, stamp. It worked beautifully. I love it. And then when you put that butterfly on there, and we're going to put some jewels on this butterfly because he's a big one. I love it. I think it's simply stunning. So let's put some, we can use mini dimensionals on him. No, I want to use glue dots. You know why? The reason I'm using glue dots instead of dimensionals is because of all the bumped raised edges here. Depending on where that body lands will determine how well it's going to stick or not stick. So with the glue dots, they're going to actually work their way down into the little crevices and hold up a lot better than Stampin' Dimensionals would. Stampin' Dimensionals are great on a flat surface, but I'm afraid on a bumpy surface like this, my little glue dots are going to hold much better. So we're going to use, I'm going to roll 2 of them. One for the top and one for the bottom of his body. I think that might be plenty. I'm going to bend his wings up. That'll make him look like he's more in flight. And I'm going to stick him down right about here. And see, you can lift the card with the wings and it does not come loose. That is wonderful. Now again, I'm going to put this down on the dimensionals because I want that lift on it. I think having that lift when you're doing tone on tone makes the difference in how well the card looks. So, and I just love that Tahitian tide. Can't say it enough. It's so pretty. All right, here we go. I always feel like I'm waiting, when I'm sticking these down, it's like we're waiting for paint to dry. You know, it's like it takes forever. I know it really doesn't, but it just feels that way. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And our last 3. And we're going to turn that over, and let's stick that down right like this. Oops, 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 oops. Let me turn it sideways. Sometimes when I do them sideways, I have a little bit better angle on it. So I'm going to go here to here and press it down. Isn't that gorgeous? Are y'all loving this? So pretty. All right, I'm not done with this one. I want some jewels on this bad boy. Let's see what we can find. Oh, these are so pretty. The iridescent rhinestones. Oh, so pretty. They are so pretty. So we're gonna decorate our butterfly. And you get little ones, medium ones, and large ones, which is great for a butterfly body. And I'm going to show you what I mean. I'm going to use a big one up here for the head. And then we're going to use a couple of the medium ones trailing down the body. And maybe one of the small ones at the very tail end. Isn't that pretty? Look at that shimmer. I love it. Who wouldn't love to get that for a birthday card? It is stunning. Okay, so there's another one. All right, the last one that I'm going to do is this one, and I'm going to show you another embossing folder that we are going to run this one through. There's the elegant eucalyptus. This is a beautiful, beautiful folder. You get this one that has just greenery up and down, and then you get this beautiful spray of flowers. And I never can figure out which way I want it to go. If I want it to go this way or that way, or which way do I want it? What I really want is I want to even it up across this mat. And I'm going to look at this side to see if I've got it evened up. When I say evened up, let me move these out of my way. When I say evened up, I want to make sure that I've got the same amount of leaf on this side as I do here. So that looks pretty good. Now we just need to even it up with the same amount here and there. See what I mean? I've got about the same amount here as here. Now I want to make sure that I've got it this way and this way. It can be a bit tricky, but we can do it. Now this one will go through my mini embosser machine, but because of this edge I've got hanging over, it's not going to go through like I want it. So with that being said, guess what we're going to do? We're going to bring out the big boy again, because this is where I tell you, just because it says in the photo that you need it will work in this small machine, it doesn't mean it won't work in the big one as well. So this is a 3D embossing folder. So I'm going to use and I'm going to put a mat over this, because I noticed earlier when I did it, and when I say a mat, a shim, I simply mean a piece of cardstock. So I'm going to take a piece of cardstock, and I had one of these somewhere and I can't find it. It might have got thrown out. I'm going to lay that over top of that just to give a little bit more thickness And we're going to see, if this will go through with that over it and give us just a little deeper impression. I think it will. It's going to be tight, but see, it goes through. And if your embossing folder is not giving you quite the depth of impression that you want, always remember you can put a shim in there, and a shim is nothing more than a piece of cardstock. You can do it single or double. Now this piece, I will stick it over here so I'll have it for next time that I need a shim. And now, when we open this up, look at that beautiful spray of eucalyptus we have. Isn't that beautiful? And if you wanted to, you could do white on this, but I'm not. I'm going to leave it as is because I've already picked out, when I say white, we could do a white card base. But this looks very even as far as the distribution from side to side. So I think I did okay with that. Oh, Jennifer's here. Hey, honey. Oh, yeah, I told him, Jennifer. I told him about April's daddy passing away. So, oh, it was so good to see her name on there, wasn't it, y'all? I didn't even know she was there because I was just busy crafting away. Anyway, I'm gonna put this tone on tone. I think this would be gorgeous on white too, though. Let me see. I'm going to do tone on tone. It would be pretty on white, but since we've been doing tone on tone, and I'm trying to show y'all how you can make elegant cards with just a, hey Jen, if you can hang around, if you're still here, let me know. If she's still there, I'm going to see if she can help me with the drawing. I don't know if she can. If she's at April's, maybe she can. That's usually the only thing I need. Oh, we have a new person. Dinette? Are you new to my channel, Dinette? Okay, are you at April's, Jennifer? If you're at April's, can you help me with the drawing? All right, I'm going to get some dimensionals while I'm waiting for her to answer me because I want to try to finish this up by 1 o'clock. So I try my best not to hold y'all any longer than an hour, if at all possible. That's usually the main thing I need help with, is the drawing. Either that, or I could take the names from comments that would be left afterwards and draw a winner and come back on later and let y'all know who the winner is. Oh, I'm so glad you found me, Danette. Where are you from? I see Linville, and I'm in North Carolina, and I'm kind of in the western part of the state. We have a Linville, North Carolina. I'm so glad that you found me. So welcome. All of my information and everything will be on my blog, and that will all be listed under this video once it's over. So welcome, welcome. Oh, okay, Jennifer, that's fine. I'll take care of it, not a problem. All right. I knew she would if she could. So for y'all that are new, if you don't know, Jennifer Toller is my daughter. And she usually is here to moderate for me. You see the little wrench by her name? That indicates one of my moderators. Let's see which way I want that to go down. Like this or like this? I think I like it like that. So, again, let me see if I can get this on here even. That looks pretty good. So now I need to decide, I think I'm going to do my pink butterflies on this. I think those little pink butterflies might be cute. Or with the greenery. Nah, the greenery doesn't go with that. Okay, we're going to do the pink butterflies. So, again, back to my glue dots. Fredericksburg, Virginia. Oh wow, I got some Virginia people today. I'm originally from Virginia, and I was south of Richmond in a little county called Dinwiddie. A lot of people used to nickname it Dumpwoody. I don't know why, but yeah, I was from Dinwiddie, and which was south of Petersburg. If anybody knows where that's at. Petersburg is not the beautiful town that it once was. I think I'm gonna put this one up here, and I might put a little strip right there in the middle for our sentiment. I think that'd be cute and it'd be different. So I've been through Fredericksburg many times, so yeah, I'm very familiar. Right up the 95 corridor. So let's put this one down right here. And now I want a strip of white. So again, I'm going to grab that same little piece of white that I had earlier. Or do I want pink? Maybe I want pink. Let's get some Blushing Bride. And y'all hang around to the end for the drawing, because we've got a giveaway, and you can choose what prize you want. So hang around. We will definitely, yeah, I think I want the pink. I'm going to cut this in half though. Do I want it in half, or let's stamp our sentiment first. And what sentiment do I want to use this time? Pray tell. I've lost one of my cards, y'all. I know I made one that was the one with the, not this one, the Cajun Craze one. Only I could lose a card. Oh, here it is. I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I've lost one of my cards. See, Jennifer, I need you here to keep me straight. All right. We're going to put little jewels on here too, but give me just a second. I want to decide what sentiment I want to use for this one. And what did I do with my stamp set, y'all? Okay. I found it. I'm just a mess today. I think this one, I want it to say, thinking of you. I wonder if that'll work. I think it will. So we're gonna stamp that, and guess what color we're gonna use? Can y'all guess? Orchid Oasis. The new catalog will be coming out, like I told y'all, in May. So if you are interested in a Stampin' Up! Catalog, oh, don't worry about it, Jennifer. No need to apologize. It's fine. If y'all are in need of a Stampin' Up! Catalog and you are not currently a customer of mine, or I don't want to take anybody else's customer, but what I'm saying is, if you're not currently working with a demonstrator and you would like a catalog, please email me your mailing address and just title the subject line, "Yes, I like a catalog," and then leave me your mailing address. And I will make sure you get on the mailing selector. Stampin' Up! Sends out catalogs for me. I pay them to do it, but I do it at a fraction of the cost of what it would cost for me to order the catalogs, pay the shipping, pay for them, pay for the shipping on them, get them here, and then pay the shipping again to ship them to you. So if you want a catalog, please, please, please let me know before the end of March, because that's when I have to send up my mailing selector. So then they will send out catalogs to you, and it is just a great way to get your catalog, and it saves me a ton of money. Now, like I said, I still pay, but nowhere near what it would be for me to buy the catalogs, pay Stampin' Up! To ship them to me, and then get them, package them up, and then ship them to you. What do y'all think of that? Do you like that one? I think I do. But I think I want to cut around it a little bit more. Y'all know I love to kind of fussy cut around my sentiments. And I think that's what I'm going to do with this one. I'm going to come back up here and just come in, go around. I'm going to round that little corner off right there. This did not round for me, so we're going to round that off. And then I think I'm just going to put, yeah, I like that much better than the strip because it shows more of the embossing. So I'm going to grab some dimensionals. I think I'm going to grab mini ones this time because this is a tiny little strip. I'm hoping this is going to work. They're going to be sticky enough to hold to that middle. I know you hope so too because y'all going to be getting these cards. Somebody's going to win a card today. Or, yeah. Sometimes I do all of the cards to one person, but I think today we're going to do separate drawings. So I'm going to do a drawing for each one. So once I get everyone's name in, alright, and there is our last card. So we have this one and this one. I'm going to put my dirty stamps over here out of the way. And let's see, and we have this one and this one. So we have 4 cards to give away. Let's move some of this debris out of our way. And I've got bukus of debris. We're going to give away our door prize first because that way everyone will be in the drawing for that. So that, and I'm going to show you what you get to choose from. These are our cards, but you get to choose for the drawing. And I'm going to, give me just a minute before you let me know whether you want to enter or not. I have a memo pad that I made. This is just a memo pad. It is replaceable. It's plain paper, so you can do grocery list or, you know, shopping list or just make notes at your craft table. I have a Lucky You stamp set. This is such a cute stamp set. So Lucky You. I have a roll of tear and tape, 2-sided sticky tape, and I have a Simply Chamois, which y'all have seen me use mine. I keep mine in a stamp case, and it is wonderful. You wet it and wring it out, and you just rub your stamps across it with plain water. You don't put cleaner on it or anything. Those are wonderful. So those are our 4 prizes that we have, and our first winner will get to choose that. So let me get a piece of paper so I can write down everyone's name, and then I will write each person's name down, and I'll cut them up and I'll put them in a little dish and I'll draw a name. So that's the best way, or maybe well, yeah, we'll do it that way. So here we go. If you want to be in the drawing, Brandon Burke. Oh, okay. Brandon Burke, who are you? Oh, those shams are wonderful, Tina. Let me know who you are, Brandon Burke, since you're using your son's phone. So I'm going to wait. Let me know if you want to be in the drawing. I'll tell you what, I'm going to call out names. Okay, should I enter you as Brandon? You can email me and let me know who you really are. So Margie wants in. Okay. Who else wants in the drawing? Okay, Phyllis wants in. Okay. Oh, Diane. Diane Solomon. Okay, I got you, Diane. Barbara. Okay, Barbara wants to be in. Marlene wants in. Connie and Tina wants to be in. All right, hang tight just for a minute. Connie and Tina. Okay. Anybody else that I left out? What about my new people? Danette, would you like to be in the drawing? And what about the other lady from Stewart? Her name was Jeanette. If you're still here, let me know if you'd like to be in the drawing. Oh, Tina, you don't want to be in the drawing, Tina? Oh, thank you, Barbara. And I hope I'm pronouncing your last name, Antolini. Is that right? I know it's Italian, but and usually with that it's okay. Danette wants to be in. Great. And Kathy what? Okay, I got you, Kathy. Keep going, let me know. So I've got Margie, Phyllis, Diane, Barbara, Marlene, Connie, Tina Gascon. You give up? Why do you give up, Tina? No, I've got Tina Gascon. I don't have you, Tina Barker. We've got two Tinas. I got her Tina. Oh, okay. Well, you're welcome to be in it. You've been here the whole time. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm getting everybody that wants to be in here. I'm sorry, Tina, with not having a moderator, it was hard for me to watch the chat window and do everything that I was doing with my crafting. I do apologize. All right, I think I've got everybody. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissors, my big scissors, and I'm going to cut these names out as best I can. And this is what Jennifer does every week for me. My handwriting's not usually that bad. Most of y'all know that I send cards to. It was just I was scribbling them down in a hurry. And what I'm doing, I'm cutting them all the same size so that there's no preference in size. And hopefully we will get a winner here in just a minute. We're going to have 5 winners. The first winner will need to tell me what item they want from the prize patrol, and then we'll do drawings on the cards in the order that I made them. So now if you're one of my new people and I do not have your mailing address, then I will definitely need you to email me your mailing address. So that will be very important for me to be able to get you your prize. All right, I've got this little dish here, and I'm going to put all of the names in there, and we're going to squish them up, and I'm not looking, I'm actually turning my head. Oops, one fell out. So I'll tell you what, we'll use this one for the first one. The first person will need to let me know which one of these prizes they want. The tear and tape, the Stampin' Chamois, the stamp set, or the memo pad. Okay, so the winner of that one is Margie Ryan. Margie, you get to choose what you want. So let me know. There's such a lag with this, so it takes me a few minutes for y'all to tell me. So just bear with me. So Margie Ryan, you are the winner, so let me know which one of these items you want. If you like, you can just text me later and let me know. Just let me know so I can move on to the next one. The Stampin' Chamois. Okay, I got you down for the Stampin' Chamois. Woohoo! All right, so let's move all of this out of our way. That'll go back in our pile for another day. And I'm going to use just a piece of Scotch tape to put your name on that. Now we're going to move on to the cards. The first card that I made was this one. So the winner of that card is going to be, you're very welcome, Margie. Congratulations. Marlene. Marlene is the winner of this card. Congratulations, Marlene. Then the next card that I made was the Thinking of You. So the winner of that one, I'm going to wait just a minute and let it catch up. Okay, the winner of this card is Phyllis. Phyllis Terrell, you have the winner of this card. I'm going to put the names inside the card so I don't lose them. So Marlene is the winner of this one, and Phyllis is the winner of this one. The next one is this one. So let me go through my names again, and here we go. Danette, congratulations. You are the winner of our happy birthday card. Yay. I love when everybody wins, and I wish I could give something to everyone. So, Danette, I will definitely need you to email me your mailing address. And if you check below the below this video, once everything's done, you'll be able to find my my email address will be there. So please, please, please email me. So that one is for Danette. And our last one is for, who do we have here? Tina Gascon. Congratulations. So Tina gets the Thinking of You card. So those are our winners today. Of course, everybody's a winner. Everyone that's here is a winner. And I just want to thank each and every one. Let me switch y'all back over to me. And I've looked really horrible today because I just have not felt well. Ever since COVID, it's really taken quite a bit out of me. And I need a haircut, y'all. I've had to cancel my appointment twice because of first time COVID. Second time because the Monday night that I was supposed to go get my hair cut this past Tuesday, I was running a fever when I went to bed. So I contacted my girl and told her I'm not going to be able to make it because I'm not coming out there running a fever. The last thing I want to do is make everybody sick. Y'all know how that is. I am feeling better. I'm still very, very tired. Something I never ever do is lay down during the day and sleep. And I did yesterday. I laid down and I slept until my husband got home at 4 o'clock. I went and laid back down around 11:15, 11:30, and I woke up around 12:30 and let my dogs out. I had to go to the bathroom, and I laid back down. I thought to myself, I'm just going to lay across the bed and watch TV for maybe about 30 minutes, and I'm going to get up. I didn't wake up until my husband got home from work after 4. He was already home when I woke up. I was like, I can't believe, and I went to bed and slept all night last night. So all I can say is my body needed the rest, and anyway, thank you all for tuning in. I hope my new people that were here today will subscribe to my channel, my YouTube channel. If you'd like to be a part of our Facebook group, please go over and ask to join there. You will be approved, and we will welcome you with open arms. Also, I have a blog post. You can catch my blog post and you can see everything, Stampin' Up, everything that's going on. You can go over and check that, and the address for that will be in the video below. So again, thank you so much. Thank you, Marlene. I appreciate it. Thank you all so very much for tuning in today. I love each and every one of you so much. And as I always say in closing, let everything that you do and say bring glory to Jesus. He's worthy. He is so worthy of our praise and our honor and our glory. So until we craft again, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and know that I love you. Bye-bye.